The Vice President for the Service Cluster, Josephine Joseph Lagu, and the newly appointed Minister of Wildlife Conservation and Tourism, Denay Jock Chagor, have discussed strategies for revitalizing the wildlife and tourism sector to improving the country's economy. Their discussion also highlighted significant progress in the implementation of the peace agreement as a foundation for national stability. In other news, Vice President Josephine and the South Sudanese Ambassador to Egypt, Kuol, discussed the growing influx of the South Sudanese nationals crossing illegally to Egypt from Sudan, a situation that has heightened both relief and diplomatic anxieties in the region. SSBC's Ayuel Ringarop reports.
Vice President for Service Cluster, Josephine Joseph Lagu, and the newly appointed Minister of Wildlife Conservation and Tourism, Denay Jock Chagor, discussed the progress of the implementation of the peace agreement and the importance of continued cooperation among the political parties to ensure the consolidation of the lasting peace and stability in the country. Addressing the media, Minister Denay Jock Chagor expressed his ministry commitment to supporting the peace process through sustainable conservation effort and tourism development.
In our meeting, we discussed how the peace agreement is going and also things to do with the political parties and also how parties can cooperate to make sure that peace is moved forward. So Vice President confirmed that she's still working to make sure that South Sudan move ahead. As we all know, there is no any other countries that we all can be proud of. We have only this one, South Sudan. And it is incumbent upon all of us to make sure that we do whatever we can at our time to bring this country together, to work on peace, to make sure the country move forward.
Vice President through Press Secretary Nazaro Machelo congratulated Minister Denay Jock Chagor on his appointment, demanding him for handing the trust and confidence of the President.
Her Excellency the Vice President also took the opportunity to congratulate Honorable Denay Jock Chagor for winning the trust of His Excellency the President General Salva Kiir Mayardit for appointing him as a new Minister of Wildlife Conservation and Tourism in the revitalized government of national unity.
In a separate news development, Vice President Josephine Joseph Lagu also met with South Sudan Ambassador to Arab Republic of Egypt. The discussion centered on the challenges facing South Sudanese students in Egypt, particularly regarding the suspension of scholarship, as well as the border concern affecting South Sudanese communities living in Egypt. In a statement to SSBC, South Sudan Ambassador to Egypt, Kuol Ngok, emphasized the growing flux of South Sudanese nationals crossing illegally into Egypt from Sudan.
To brief her about issues affecting our students in Egypt concerning the scholarship and being suspended and all this, so that to the two authorities to tackle all these issues. Also the issues of our community in Egypt and the influx of our people from Sudan crossing illegally to Egypt. Also, I briefed her about all these issues.
Who briefed Her Excellency the Vice President on the activities of the embassy and the challenges facing the South Sudanese students studying in Egypt, especially those on scholarship, and also the South Sudanese communities living in Egypt. On her part, Her Excellency the Vice President promised the ambassador to engage relevant authority on the matters discussed in the meeting and also forward it to the highest authority of the country.
As South Sudan continues its journey toward peace and stability, leaders' effort to promote unity, protection of national heritage, and supporting citizens abroad remain vital pillars in building a stronger nation. I'm Yoring Arop, and this is SSBC News.